Alright, this video for integrals is just going over some trig stuff that you'll just need to keep in mind, or just have in the back of your head before you actually get in and get started on taking integrals, because who knows what you're going to come across while you're taking these things. Alright, so from taking derivatives, we should have some chart or something in the notes from going over everything that we had written down. The derivative of sine of x is just cosine x. Derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. And, derivative of tangent, secant squared x. Derivative of cotangent is, negative cosecant squared x. And secant squared, the derivative of secant x is tangent secant x, and the derivative of cosecant x is the negative cosecant times cotangent. Alright, so knowing those, whenever you come across your problems or whatever, say that you want to take the derivative of take the integral of sine x. Okay, well, since we're going to have to, do the antiderivative, just try to think to yourself, what derivative will give me sine. Okay, so over here you can see that when you take the derivative of cosine x, that you get a negative sine x. Okay, so, like the rules of negatives and everything, so working backwards, you have sine x, so you're going to have a negative something, and then what gives you sine is cosine, the derivative of cosine. So it's going to be cosine x plus some constant, and you can check it by taking the derivative of negative cosine x, some constant, just say 50 or whatever. Okay, well, we have our negative, we keep the negative, and then cosine x is negative sine x, and then whatever constant plus 0, and that gives us a positive sine x, which was what we were looking for right there. So, whenever you see the integral of sine x dx, then you know that it's just going to be negative cosine x plus some constant. And the other ones I'll kind of go through faster instead of breaking it down just to double check, since should have it in your notes, and if not, it's on the video. Alright, so we're wanting the do the integral of cosine x dx, and like I said before, right up here is our little derivative. So if we want cosine x in there, then we need to take the derivative of sine x plus some constant. Then likewise we have secant squared x dx, doing the integral of that, and from the chart there's derivative of tangent equals secant squared x. So by default, the solving that, we're just going to have tan x plus some constant, and cosecant squared x, well, cotangent gives us a negative cosecant squared x. So whenever if we do that integration, we're going to have negative cotangent plus some constant, and we have we want to integrate secant x tan x. Alright, well, from our chart, we see that the derivative of secant is secant x tangent x, so that's just going to be secant x plus some constant, And if we take and we're wanting to do the integral of cosecant x cotangent x, well, the derivative of cosecant gives us a negative cosecant x tangent x. So that's going to be a negative cosecant x plus some constant. So, I mean, knowing those isn't too hard. It's, just being able to recognize it as far as what it is. And then just, referring back to, some chart. For the test, we get to use a note card. So, just make sure this stuff is on your note card, or, that you're able to remember it.